Nolan, good to see you. Today we're talking through a very common question. Should I do a Roth conversion before I stop working? Roth conversions can be one of the best ways to create tax-free income in retirement, and that money can grow tax-free indefinitely because Roth accounts don't have required minimum distributions. So what are the key benefits of doing a Roth conversion while you are still working versus retired?
Yeah, thanks, Erin. And this is a good question because a lot of people like to save Roth conversions for once they're done working, but it is an option to do while you're still working. Two or three main benefits that a lot of people are experiencing or that they anticipate experiencing is number one, we expect that taxes are a little bit lower now than they will be in the future. So that's one benefit. You do the conversion now, you're maybe paying a little bit less than you might be in the future. You can look at historical tax rates and see that the highest marginal tax rate has been over 40% a lot
Oof.
of time throughout American history.
Yeah.
So we're a little bit lower now than previously. You can get tax-free growth for a little bit longer if it's in a Roth IRA. So the regular IRAs you have government regulations for when they have to start liquidating and you have to start taking money out of them. There's quite a few benefits to converting earlier, and a lot of them are just growth oriented. The longer the money can be in the Roth, the better it is for the investor.
Yeah, that makes sense. What should we take into account when considering our current tax bracket and how a conversion affects taxable income?
So it's important to know that what bracket you're in is not the total tax that you pay on all of your income. It's only on the income in that tax bracket. So if you are, let's say, in the 12% tax bracket as a married filing jointly couple and you earn $80,000 of adjusted gross income, that means that you have another $16,000 or $17,000 of income that you could have until you're up into the 22% bracket. But once you're in that 22% bracket, it's only the extra income in that tax bracket that's taxed at that higher rate. It doesn't change the taxation of your previous income up until that point. So when considering Roth conversions, what you're looking for on that chart is how much more income can I have or how much conversion amount can I have before I'm bumped up into the next bracket or before I'm penalized unknowingly from a couple different sources for having too much income.
That makes sense. Are there any penalties or limitations when converting tax deferred to tax free before retiring?
I would say large in part, no. Penalties and limitations, I don't really think so. I would say maybe one to look out for is if you're a pre-retiree under the age of 65 and maybe you're on marketplace insurance. If you have extra income or some 1099 income, it can affect like your credit that you apply
I
for. Like if
see.
you get subsidies, like maybe that's something that can be affected by it. But there are very, very few limitations or penalties with conversions. You
Hmm.
avoid the 59 and a half penalty from the government. If you're under age 59 and a half and do a conversion, they don't penalize you 10%. It's still in an IRA. That's all they really care about.
Okay. What strategies can I use to minimize taxes when converting? Should those conversions be timed with other deductions?
Yeah, if you're looking at converting while you're working and you have a lot of money in the bank, one thing that you can look to do is maybe pay the taxes on your conversion from that bank money. That's one good strategy just to make sure that money stays in the Roth IRA instead of being withheld on that transaction. But you can do large charitable giving in one individual year, and that can help offset large IRA distributions. Or if you're doing a Roth conversion and you have a 401k available to you and you still get a tax deduction for that, you can maybe even max out your traditional 401k, decrease your taxable income, do a conversion that way with your individual retirement account, and keep riskier assets in the Roth at that point. So there's a couple workarounds maybe that each year you can shave off $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 of a tax obligation by doing the right maneuvers. But usually it's when you have a large amount of capital to put any one or two individual places at the same time that you're doing the conversion.
Mhm. Yeah, it's interesting to talk this through. Clearly, no cookie cutter answer for people as to when they should do a Roth conversion, but now is at least a time to consider it when we are living in this historically low tax rate. Nolan, if somebody wants to crunch the numbers with you, how can they get a hold of you?
So they can call our office at 616-301-2581 or go to cornerstone-rp.com and fill out the contact us box at the bottom.
Great. Nolan, thank you.
Thanks, Erin.